that line should be funded with some money so that we can start to build something on that so we can be proactive in this program. Town designated engineer was a big help for us in this. The board put forth, and it's been a real help for us to have this sent out, be looked at, come back to us, keep us in compliance. At any given time, we can go to them and we can say, look, this is what's going on. The contractors that we work with have been pretty accommodating also. Last year we had 3 shutdowns on projects, and they managed to come into compliance within 48 hours. So the program does work. All this information will be listed in that report. Any questions from the board?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is item number 6, privilege of the floor. Anyone wish to be heard at privilege of the floor? Anyone at all? Going once, going twice. Privilege of the floor is now closed. Next is supervisors' comments to the board. As I mentioned earlier, and just so everyone has it in their calendars, the next meeting obviously is canceled. So we'll have the work session next week, and then the 21st will be at the parade, and then June 4th, which normally would be summer hours, no meeting, will be a meeting on June 4th. And then we'll have a work session on the 11th, and then a board meeting on the 18th, and then we'll go into July and August with 1 work session and then 1 board meeting following. So check your calendars on that. July has a bunch of Wednesdays, so we have to look at that. I think the 2nd is a Wednesday, and since that's 4th of July, we'll probably go to the next Wednesday, which will be the 2nd Wednesday in July, is a work session, and then a board meeting after that. And then...
There is 5 Wednesdays in July.
Yeah, and I think the 2nd is a Wednesday, right?
Yes.
And because of vacations, maybe we'll go to the 6th, what is it, the 9th?
9th.
It wouldn't have met anyway.
What's that?
We wouldn't have met the first.
Oh, we don't meet the first, yeah, because that's a board meeting. Right, normally.
So,
So it'll be the 2nd Wednesday and the 3rd Wednesday, and the same in August. Just to clarify that. And hopefully after tonight's resolution, we'll be at a 7 o'clock meeting, if that all passes. We'll see what happens there. Just some quick updates. As you all know, we hosted, I think Councilman Martin, Councilman Pitlavani were here for the Woodhaven Neighborhood Association. It was a good meeting. We spoke on economic development, budget and finance, and some operational issues relating to the neighborhood. They asked some questions about plowing, and they asked some questions about the railroad in relation to where it is to the neighborhood. And I think they all seem to be fairly happy with our presentation and with things that are happening in the town. I also had an opportunity to join Congressman Tonko, Senator Tedisco, and some others for a tree planting ceremony at the Maritime Center. DEC chose Glenville to do this tree for tribs, they call it, tree for tributaries, where they want to stabilize the banks, so they plant trees along the banks of the river. And we planted some trees, and it was nice that they kind of chose Glenville to do the program in, so that was really nice. Most of us, I think all of us, attended the Good News Chamber Lunch to congratulate Mohawk Honda for winning their award, their Good News Award, for the business and the investments they've made in this town and this county. I think that was well attended. It was a great event. Same day as the Let's Talk Business, so that was a very busy day getting that room ready for both events. I had my meeting with the UCC on May 19th, the advisory board. If I haven't already kind of conveyed this, May 19th is a go. It's for our dispatchers to leave. So May 19th, they leave, we flip our switch, and we have to do things differently, and I know the chief's been working on that. We've authorized some equipment for him. Won't be here in time by May 19th. This was all supposed to be after Memorial Day originally, but it's been moved up a little bit for a variety of logistical reasons, and putting Glenville first or before we were third. So we're going earlier. We have to do some physical changes, not a lot of physical changes to the vestibule to accommodate I call it an ATM, but some sort of electronic kiosk. And that should all be taking place between now and hopefully by Memorial Day we'll be up and going and everybody will have access to it. That kiosk will really take care of most of the services that the dispatchers were providing our residents, so it's just gonna take some time for residents to get used to that, if they're coming for accident reports or things like that. So, May 19th, that room will go dark, and we'll roll, and we'll see what happens on the rollover as far as services. I had a chance to attend a CEG seminar to learn about the CFA opportunities. As you all know, the CFA opportunities are open. We have until May 1st when they opened, until June 16th to get a project in for CFA. Kevin, Jim, and I met and talked about some ideas. I think we've got 3 or 4 viable ideas. I think they're all contingent on some certain things. The real challenge here is we have 45 days to get the application together and in. And so some of these things we're waiting on have to fall into place in order to get the applications in on time. There's some things we've identified that there's no possible way we can get them done in 45 days. So I think we've got some good CFA candidates if we start working now for 2015, which would be nice. I've reached out to both the village and the town of Ballston on some of the projects to see if we can do some shared service projects. Ballston is very, very interested. The village had a positive reaction to it, so we're trying to link all the towns together in the village into hopefully a good regional ask of the CFA project. I think you guys were here. I know Councilman Martin and Councilwoman Rosbowski was here for DEC, meeting with the Sunnyside Road folks. You probably followed that in the paper. I thought it was a good meeting as far as a lot of information was shared. I think a lot of misconceptions or misunderstandings were kind of corrected. And I think as you saw my email today to the residents and to the board, I've asked to kind of streamline the communications because we're finding there's a bunch of people from the neighborhood talking to a bunch of people from the town, and everybody's got a different perception of how to go forward. We've designated Tommy as our kind of main contact for the town, and I'm asking the neighborhood to designate one person, and then we'll go forward. It appears we'll be receiving a petition at some point soon that will ask us to begin our study, and then we'll begin our study, which is really just an update of the 2002 study, so a lot of that's done already. And then at that time, we'll have our costs and our maps and all the information we need, and then there'd have to be a petition based on the costs to the neighborhood to see if they wanted to go forward. Or there could be a referendum, so there's a couple of options there, and we'll make that decision as we get closer and we do the analysis. DEC made it clear in the meeting, I think you guys heard, that they would be willing to entertain possibly picking up some of that cost, but it won't be until January of 15, if not a little bit later, before we have an idea if they're going to do that. So the DEC made it pretty clear, if health is the primary concern, don't wait for us. If you think that you can wait 6 months, then we might be able to have some more information about that. So it was good. I'm in constant contact with DEC actually on this matter. I have a meeting Monday. We'll be going in to talk about a variety of issues, but this would be one of them as well. There's a plane pole here in the town of Glenville over at the 109th. I don't know if you guys heard about it yet or not, but it is May 22nd. And so what they're doing, there's a couple reasons to tell you. One is because there's going to be kind of a traffic impact here in the town over by, they're actually doing it at Richmore, but it's for the 109th, where Oktoberfest is, but behind the fence. And so they're getting teams together. They're hoping for 25 teams of 25 people to join in and compete on who can pull the plane the fastest. It's a C-130. And so it's kind of a neat thing. I went to the logistical meeting because we're going to have some police involved and some of that, and maybe the town wants to put a team in. I don't know. We're going to find 25 people that are willing to pull a plane. I don't know. Or just Jim Martin. Just put you out in front.
What are you trying to say?
So, well, you took your shot at me earlier. So there's a registration form here, but it's May 22nd. It starts, even if you just wanted to come and visit, if you didn't want to pull a plane, 4 to 8. The competition is 4 to 8, and it's at Richmond. But if you want to start a team, let me know. As you know, the newsletter is out, and it's in your hometown. It's hit the newspaper, or I'm sorry, hit the mailboxes. There's also copies out front, and obviously around town if anyone's interested. There's a PDF online if anyone hasn't seen it and wants it. They can just go online and get it. Also, if you sign up for news and announcements, you'll get it sent to your mailbox automatically as it comes out. Just two last quick things. I met with Ray regarding our sidewalk and lighting district, support from the county. Conveyed to him that we're moving forward. He's committed that he will go back and talk about some of the options he has that helping us with the sidewalk and the lighting, but time has come for us to move, because as I think I shared with you, DOT we should have really passed it this month, but we're not ready yet, so we're gonna have to pass it in I don't know where all that feet is. It this? We need a new sound system.
Right where the phone is.
There.
Don't move.
That's going to the repair shop.
Okay, nobody move. We need to pass a resolution for DOT that we're committed to the sidewalk project, which is gonna cost $133,000 that we're gonna have to front and then have to recover from the district once it's formed. And hopefully, as you know, we passed a resolution that we're asking the county for some help on that, so we're waiting to see what kind of help the county might bring into the fold. But we're looking at different ways of finding resources to offset that, to offset the district cost. But we're going through the process, the lengthy process of setting up a district. And so we're at the point, essentially, that it's time to move forward. And I think Ray understands that message, and I'm hoping to hear back shortly on that matter. And then lastly, we received word from DOT that All Plaus Avenue will be closed on May 17th. Between the tracks and the intersection, we're doing work. They need to rebuild that road, so that's a Saturday. We checked with All Plaus, there's nothing going on in that neighborhood. But just so you all know, if you get calls, it's a planned closure. Everyone's being notified on May 17th. That's all I have. Anyone have any questions? Thank you. Okay, so back to the agenda. Item number 8, a resolution authorizing the chief to upgrade a recording system. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, the Town of Glenville Police Department's Detective Division utilizes a video recording system called iRecord in its suspect interview room to protect the rights of the accused and to memorialize the interview as video evidence. The Chief of Police desires to upgrade the current system and add a second interview room to the system so that all officers will be able to utilize the conducting interviews, use it for conducting interviews. For a total cost of $10,600, the Schenectady County District Attorney's Office secured a grant for such recording system upgrades with $5,000 to be paid directly to Office Data Systems, the creator of iRecord, on behalf of the Town of Glenville. The department's asset forfeiture funds are sufficient to cover the cost of the balance and the amount necessary to upgrade the current system and to the additional interview room. So the police chief is looking for us to authorize to upgrade and expand the current system to a total cost to the Town of Glenville not to exceed $5,600 from that asset forfeiture account.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzbowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Ketzler?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 9, a resolution authorizing the commissioner to declare a van surplus. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, this is part of the process we need to follow to replace one of the water department vans that was in an accident over the winter and was deemed irreparable by the insurance company. This is to declare that van surplus to be sold for insurance salvage rate so that we can move forward and purchase a new van to replace it.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittlavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramotaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, Resolution 10, authorizing the town clerk to issue a permit for an outdoor entertainment. Do I have a motion?
So
Do
moved.
I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, the Town of Glenville Dragon Alive Incorporated of Albany has applied for a permit to conduct an outdoor amusement event at the Mohawk Valley Marina, and they've submitted, actually the application has been referred to Chief of Police, Fire Chief, and the Schenectady County Environmental Health Department as required by code, and it looks like this is just to approve the permit. And as well as the authorizing director of the town clerk to issue the permit subject to all stipulations cited by the chief of police and the fire chief and Schenectady County Environmental Health Department. That is actually going to be Saturday, July 19th, 2014, from 8 to 3 p.m.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittlavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramotaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 11, approving the monthly department reports. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Approving the monthly department minutes for April 2014.
And so no changes?
No changes.
Okay, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittlavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramotaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, resolution 12, to approve the minutes for March 19th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any changes, discussion, amendments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittlavani?
I believe this is the one I was absent for, so.
Councilman Ramotaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Now we'll get to our add-ons. We'll start with resolution add-on number 1. And this is a resolution regarding changes to the organizational meeting, or to resolutions are made at the organizational meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, as you mentioned earlier tonight, Mr. Supervisor, there was, at the organizational meeting, we set the time for the town board meeting to be at 7:30, based on the fact that having it at 7 o'clock, which most municipalities have it, it would probably be more convenient to people to be able to attend. So this is part of that resolution. The other part of this resolution, which you mentioned earlier as well, is to move the town board meeting from May 21st to June 4th, so as to not miss the Memorial Day parade.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittlavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramotaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, resolution 2. This is, or add-on 2, I'm sorry. This relates to the extension for water district number 11. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, this resolution is to set a public hearing for the petition for water, extension to water district number 11 to be held here at Town Hall on June 4th, 2014 at 7 p.m.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittlavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramotaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, add-on number 3. This is a petition presented in regards to extension of sewer district number 9. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, this resolution is to establish a public hearing for the petition to establish an extension of sewer district number 9 in the town of Glenville here at Town Hall on June 4th, 2014 at 7 p.m.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittlavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramotaro?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution is resolution add-on 4, which deals with the providing summertime maintenance and security needs for our parks and highway. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, this is a resolution to authorize the superintendent of public works, Tom Cocola, to hire seasonal employees to be appointed to positions at the rate of $8 an hour with no benefits from the period May 12th, 2014 through September 30th, 2014. Those positions would be 3 park laborers, 1 park security worker, 2 water and sewer laborers, and 2 highway laborers.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, add-on number 5. This deals with the preparing of a new town comprehensive plan. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, this is a resolution to retain the services of a intern planner here at the town to be paid out of the Ready Fund at a rate of $10 per hour at a rate and not to exceed an overall amount of $6,800 for a number of duties through the term of the employment here, which I think runs through the end of the year on a full-time basis, basically through the summer, and then shifts to a more part-time basis through the fall. And I'm very excited about this. This is what we talked about in terms of preparing our comprehensive plan or updating our comprehensive plan. I also want to extend thanks to Kevin for putting all this together, conducting the interviews, and I think we have a real good candidate, and I'm anxious to meet her and get started on this process. And this will be a big help, and she also can help out on grant work and some other things Kevin's got listed here. So I think it's well-needed help, and certainly well-needed that we update our comprehensive plan.
Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, the last one of the night, add-on number 6, regarding the Burnt Hills Boston Lake Parade. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, the VHBL is holding its 13th annual Flag Day Parade on June 12th, approximately 6:40 p.m. to 8:30 along Route 50. They've submitted a map of the parade, event brochure, application, insurance certificates, and other required documents. This resolution is to not charge them a fee and have approved the application, authorize the town clerk to issue the permit and waive the permit fee for the 13th annual Flag Day Parade.
I was starting to get concerned it was going to be June 4th. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Pittavani?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. So now we're on to new business. Start on my left with Councilman Ramtar for new business.
Another business.
Councilwoman Wozzachowski.
No new business.
Councilman Martin.
No new business tonight.
Councilman Pittavani.
No new business.
None. So then I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll move that one.
Second. Moved in second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? We're adjourned.